Hey, coin folk, welcome back. Ready to get into some halves again for this week? A couple boxes here. Get them hacked open. See what we might find. This one's about ready to bust out the bottom. Come on. We got lots of circulated, lots of not silver. We do have one of these white rolls over here. I know some people say they're lucky. I don't know that I've ever had any luck with them, so you know, maybe today will be the day. Who knows? And now that I think about it, I wasn't paying attention, so I don't even know if that was on camera. But we'll get to it later. Same story, different box. Lots circulated. Nothing that's looking particularly silvery. Got a somewhat different look to it, but I don't think it's silver. So we're gonna jump in, see where this goes. I'll be back at some point. On roll 6 here, we got an 85 Philly under the scope. Unfortunately, it's fairly beat up, but looks like we had a struck-in rim burr that I think is this extra metal down here. I think is this rim burr that must have been in here at some point and got pushed back down in there. Is kind of what it looks like to me. Because there's no like extra damage on the end. There's definitely a struck-in rim burr or struck through rim burr, one or the other, but I would say it was probably struck in. I can get the dang thing to focus and then kind of fold it back. Let me throw it back under the scope here again, but if that makes any sense to anybody. I know it makes sense to me. I'm not explaining it very well, but like I said, it'd be nicer if the coin was in good shape, but we'll still hold on to it, but just a little rough, that's all. But we'll take it. At least a little bit of a find. And we're going to jump back in. See what else we got. Nothing very heavy in either box, unfortunately. So, looks like it might be another one of those silverless weeks we've been having. But you never know. Could run into a 40 here or there. So, let's go see. Back to Old Faithful here. We got 83 Philly under scope with a pretty decent color clash on it over here on this side. Guess I could try to get the glare off that area. You have to excuse the background noise if you can hear that. Traffic going by. Had to get some windows open, get some fresh air in here, but still getting used to the new place. I was used to peace and quiet and nothing else out of my old place, but we'll get there eventually. So, but a little bit of a find here. Found them a little bit stronger than that before, but still pretty cool. So we're going to jump back in. Let's go. We just wrapped up first half of box 1, and I was getting ready to grab the box to flip it down to the bottom half. And I don't know if you see it, but at least at the angle I'm sitting at, this one here looks like it could possibly, might be a little 40% under. I don't know. It just looked different when I went to grab the box. It kind of got that look to it. So I'm going to set this aside. We'll get the box flip over. We'll open this one up live, and I'll be right back. All right, so we're back here with that roll. Glad I spotted it. I would feel fool if I missed my first ender of the year. I weighed it again, and it actually doesn't weigh all that much. It's under 226, so definitely should be looking at a 40. There we go. Got that little shiny edge. We like that. 1966. Sweet. First ender of the year. First silver in a little bit, at least. So we'll gladly take that. Didn't see anything else in the roll. Nope. But Gotta start somewhere. We'll gladly take it. Little piece of silver. Let's go. Alright. We're gonna jump back in and keep this box going. Just a few rolls after our first little piece of silver, we got our first little NIFC. 2004 Philly. Fairly decent shape. Fairly common NIFC, but we'll take it. I haven't been finding a whole lot of NIFCs here recently, but I'm sure that'll change at some point. But we got one for now, so let's keep going, see what else we can get. Back on roll 48 here, box 2. We got 83 Philly under the scope with no FG. Missing designer initials right here. You tilt it just right, it almost looks like a negative FG. I don't know, it's kind of weird looking, but dead on, you don't really see anything. And then if you tilt it, you barely see it in there, but I don't know. I don't really know what they would qualify this as. Not that this is one of the cherry picker ones anyways, but I don't know. For the moment, we'll call it an OFG. Let me know what you think. Like I said, dead on straight. Not seeing anything, but I don't know. Just figured I'd share. Jump back in, couple more rolls in this box, and then we'll be on to box number 2. Let's go. Well, we wrapped up box 1 here. Along the way, we had a couple more NIFCs. 2004 out of Denver. And a 2020 out of Philly. Feel like it's been a minute since I found the 2020, so we'll take that. And we're going to move out to over here. See what it's got. Alright, I'll be back. Roll 16 of box 2 here. We got an 83 Philly under the scope. Not really seeing much on the obverse, but there is some evidence of a clash on the reverse here. You see it kind of right there in between the feathers and the arrow tips. And then down here, right towards the end of half, running in the dollar. It's fairly light, but this would be like the top of his head over here. And then some more kind of over between kind of right in this area as well. It's pretty light, but it is a little bit of a clash. So, and kind of up there in the stars as well, kind of above Unum. Nothing super crazy, but a little bit of something at least out of the box. So we're going to keep on going, see what else we can get. Roll 21, got another 83 under the scope here with a pretty nice clash on it. You can see down underneath the neckline here. It's just a tiny little bit at the back of the neck there. And then it's pretty strong up front here, under the neck, front of the lips and the chin, all the way up onto the nose. It's really faint in the field. If you can get the light just right, you can see it out in front of his face there, kind of in this general area. It's pretty faint out there. Maybe a little up on the forehead. Flipped it over to the back yet. Let's see. Kind of like remnants, but nothing crazy strong. A little tiny bit right in there. Definitely stronger on the front than the reverse. And the coin's not in terrible shape. I've definitely found them in worse shape. So we'll gladly take it, add it to the pile, and keep on going. Oh, that's it. We're halfway through box 2 here. So get the box flipped over, start on the second half. Nothing else kind of along the way here. So hopefully the second half picks up a little bit. We'll see how it goes. I'll be back. On roll 32 here, and look at this bugger that just made me mad. I was ripping this way. I was like, well, that's a pretty shiny edge there. And it just kind of rolled around and it straightens itself out. Come on. Can't get it to move right, but I don't know what it is. The copper clad on it's just kind of wonky. So we got a 40, but at least I was hoping it was going to be a 90, but that's all right. We'll take it. We'll take it. Dang it. So we got a 40 in each box, so that ain't bad. Just had me for a second. Look at that. See if I can get it in hand now. Come on. Yeah, down on this end right there. It looks all gray. But that's alright. Silver, silver. Can't complain. So let's jump back in. Back on roll 36 here, and I believe we're gonna have ourselves another 40. Got this dark edge here on this guy. She is. 1967 this time. A little rougher than the 66s we found, but that's alright. As with the last one, silver is silver. So we'll take it. Sweet. It's nice to finally be finding a little bit of something in these boxes. That past few weeks, if not months, have been pretty rough. So we'll gladly take it. Let's go. We got 14 more rolls to go. Maybe we can grab ourselves another. Who knows? I'll be back. Well, we wrapped up box 2 here. We ended up with one more NIFC along the way. So we add that to the 3 previous ones we have found. Ended up with a total of 4 NIFCs. Got our 83 Philly with the die clash. 83 Philly with no FG. And our beat up 85 Philly with the rim burr that I believe was struck in and then peeled out and kind of smashed up. I don't know. Not right down there in the edge. Still kind of cool looking. Just beat the heckin' back. And we got 3 little pieces of silver. Gladly take those. I gotta grab the cup. I'll be right back. Gotta throw them in the cup, right? Let's go. Alright, here we go. We got our cup now. Throw them in there. Might look to add a little to this on the next hunt, I think. Got a couple boxes of dimes sitting over there. Probably go to those next, unless I find something else that piques my interest before I get to them. But whatever it is, I'll be sure to share it with you. And we'll see what we get. Alright, folks. I hope you had fun, enjoyed it. Hope you do well on your hunts. And I will see you on the next one.